Hello everyone, welcome to SS Multimedia. This is Harshita Shishala and in this lesson we'll be learning to read pictographs and bar graphs. So let's get started. Our objective for today's lesson is learning to read pictographs and bar graphs. So let's learn what pictographs are. So pictographs use pictures to represent data. So here I have an example of a pictograph. Okay, so basically I used pictures. So here we have watermelons, mangoes, and strawberries. Okay, and then as you can see, there's this thing over here on the bottom. So that is the key. I'm just going to write it down. So that is the key. It tells you how much each picture represents. So each picture can represent different amount. Okay, so this strawberry, it says that the strawberry represents 5 students. So every strawberry there is, it means 5 students like that strawberry. If there are 2 strawberries, that means 10 students like it. And for the mango also, 5 students like it. So 1 mango equals 5 students, and 1 watermelon equals 5 students too. Okay, but the number can be different. It can be 100, it can be 1,000. So a strawberry can represent 1,000 students, or it can represent 1,000,000. So it's okay which it doesn't matter which value you choose. Okay, so let's do an example. Iris and Caitlin are going around their classroom and collecting data of students' favorite color. They created the pictograph below. Use the pictograph to answer the following questions. Okay, I see that there's the pictograph here. And then we also have the key over here. Okay, so one whole circle means it is 10 students. And one semicircle is 5 students. So I see that there's a semicircle over here. Okay, now let's move on to the questions, okay? So it asks, how many students' favorite color is blue? Okay, so we would have to find out how many students' favorite color is blue. So I see that one whole circle is 10 students and then a half circle is 5 students. So a half circle is 5 students, okay? And the blue color is right here. So let's see, there's 3 complete circles, so we would have to do 3 times 10, which is 30. Okay, so there's 30 students, but that's not our final answer. There's also a half semicircle, and we shouldn't forget about it. And one semicircle means 5 students, so that's 30 plus 5. That means there are 35 students. I'm just going to write that. There are 35 students who like the color blue. So I'm going to write that down. 35 students. Okay, let's move on to the next one. How many more students like green than blue? Okay, we found that 35 students like blue, so we need to figure out how many students like green, and then we can subtract 35 from the number of students who like green, and we can find the answer. So let's see. So there are no semicircles, so we don't have to worry about trying to find 5s or something. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 complete circles, so we can just multiply 5 by 10 to find the answer. So 5 times 10 is 50. That means there are 50 students who like the color green. Okay, now they're not asking, sorry about that, they're not asking how many students like the color green. What they are asking is how many more students like the color green than blue. So we'd have to subtract 35 from 50. 50 minus 35. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 3 is 1. So 15 more students like the color green than blue. So 15 students. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The third question says, how many students are there in the classroom? So we would have to find the number of students who like blue, green, red, and orange. Since we already found the number of students there who like blue and green, we'll have to find red and then orange. So I see that there are two complete circles in here, so we can, in red, so we can just do 2 times 10, that is 20. So 20 people like the color green. Let's move on to finding the number of students who like the color orange. So I see that there are 4 complete circles, so we can just multiply 4 by 10, which is 40. That means 40 students like the color orange. Okay, so by the way, I just wanted to let you guys know this that so the pictures don't have to be circles or watermelons or strawberries or mangoes. They can be any pictures that represent it. Okay? So now what we're going to do is add all these numbers. So 35, 50, 20, and 40. This will let us know how many students there are in the classroom. So I'm just going to write it down. 35 plus 50 plus 20 plus 40. So we'd have to add all these. So I'm just going to scroll up. Okay, let's add it. 35 plus 50 plus 20 plus 40. 5 plus 0 is 5 plus 0 is 5 plus 0 is 5. Okay, and then 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. So this is our sum, or these are how many students there are in the classroom. So I'm going to write 145 students in all. So that means there are a total of 145 students in the classroom. Okay, now let's move on to bar graphs. So a bar graph uses bars, so that's what it says in the first word, or bar, okay? And then it represents data. So here I gave an example of a bar graph, okay? So there are 3 bars over here, and it shows some amount. Okay, so here I see that this indicates 36, and this indicates something else, and then this also indicates something else. So we'll learn to find how how to use these bar graphs while doing an example. So let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna be using the graph from here to answer this question. So it says, the bar graph shows the number of gold medals won by 3 different countries in 2004 Summer Olympics. Use the graph to answer the following questions. So we have 4 questions here. Okay, so we're going to use this bar graph to answer these 4 questions. It says, how many gold medals did America receive? Okay, so I see that America is basically US, so I see that USA is over here. What we need to do is plot how many, or find out how many gold medals America received. So I'm just going to go back to this one because it's bigger. So what we do is that we just like put a line where it is. So right now, the USA, this is where it ends. Okay, and then I just make it go straight until it reaches a number. So I see that when I go straight, this is where it goes. So it points at 36. That means the USA, or America, received 36 gold medals. Okay, so basically we just draw a line, okay, and then we make it go straight and see where the arrow points to. So 36 gold medals. Alright, now let's move on to question B. According to the bar graph, who has the least number of gold medals? Okay, so just by looking at it, you can tell who has the least number of gold medals. So this is the highest at the moment, and then this, the next is this, and then this is the lowest. But they're asking how many gold medals are there for the least country. So we'll actually need to find it out. Alright, so we do the exact same thing. So we draw a line right here, and then we just make a line and then see where it points to. When I make a line, it ends and it points at 28. That means, according to the bar graph, the least number of gold medal the according to the bar graph though, is 28 gold medals. Okay, 28 gold medals. Let's move on to the next one. Order the countries from greatest to least depending on the number of gold medals received. So, first let's do something. We're gonna write down how many gold medals each country received. So, from the first question, we learned that the USA received 36 gold medals, and then Russia received. So Russia received 28. We need to figure out how many medals China received, then we can just order them. Alright, so I'm just gonna go back. So here I see that this is where China is. So I'm just gonna do this. Alright, so, oops. So the line leads to the number 32. That means China received 32 gold medals. 32 gold medals. Okay, I'm gonna write them in order. So first, the greatest is 36. Then then the second greatest would be 32. And then it's 28. Okay, so let's write that down. So it's USA, comma, China, comma, Russia. Alright, now let's move on to the next one. What is the name of the bar graphs? So, just so you guys know, all bar graphs should have a name. Okay? So, we need to give it a name which the bar graph represents. So let's read the question. The bar graph shows the number of gold medals won by 3 different countries in 2004 Summer Olympics. So use the bar graph to answer the following questions. So oftentimes you can find the name of the graph when in the question. So over here, it gives us the information that it says the gold medals won by 3 different countries in 2004 Summer Olympics. So there are multiple names you can give it, but what I would write or what the most accurate one would be gold medals won in 2004 Summer Olympics. Summer Olympics. So you can just write that down on top of the graph. So I'll show you where. So you can just write that down over here. That was all for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something new. And look out for more videos. And thank you for watching. Again, bye-bye. Like and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to get notified on our new videos, make sure you tap the notifications bell.